Hey everyone, it's Bree here. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. In today's video, I will be talking about the recent news of Soojin leaving Idol. If you haven't seen my previous video where I discussed the statement made by Cube announcing Soojin's departure, definitely make sure to check that video out. I also detail all of the allegations made towards Soojin and how we got to the point of her leaving Idol. Now, I do have updates on this situation, so in this video I will be going over some of the new details that have recently come out about Cube's decision to let Soojin go from the group. But before we get into this video, guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I make K-pop commentary and K-pop video essays, so if you're into that, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell. Also, if you do want to discuss this situation further after you watch this video, make sure to join my Discord server. You can discuss the topic with me and my other subscribers. I will leave a link in the pinned comment. And now let's get into it.
I'm saying I don't wanna come down from your love. We'll get lost together like we fly. Don't ever let me come down from your love. From your love. From your love.
So yesterday when I was online, specifically on Twitter, I saw a lot of people tweeting that Cube had basically made the decision to kick Soojin out of Idol back in March, shortly after the first allegations came out. So I was really confused by this. I was wondering where people were getting this information from. I actually even had someone comment about this situation of Cube planning to let Soojin leave the group months ago on my recent video, and I asked them, like, do you have a source for this? And they told me that an article was released from a media outlet called Sports Kyungyang, and I'm just going to read the article for you guys and then we'll break down the issue further. It's been confirmed that G-Idol Soojin, who is the main cause of the suspicion of school, was scheduled to leave the team. According to multiple entertainment officials, Cube Entertainment, the agency of Idol, has already confirmed Soojin's decision to leave at the time when the controversy over school violence was heating up. Now remember, this controversy occurred in February and things started to really heat up in March when more accusers came out, including actress Seo Shin-ae. Cube Entertainment made a statement on the 14th and officially announced Soojin's departure from the team. Soojin's departure from the team is also linked to Idol's team activities. This is because Soojin's school controversy spread to the fullest, casting dark clouds over the entire team's activities. Cube Entertainment announced a temporary suspension of Soojin's activities when the controversy over Soojin's school was raised. Idol released the Universe Music Last Dance on April 29th as a 5-member group, but they were unable to continue their activities due to the controversy over Soojin's school. After the controversy, Idol members have continued their individual activities. Soojin refuted the controversy and demanded a position for actress Seo Shin-ae, who indirectly claimed the school damage, but the controversy aggravated as Seo Shin-ae directly revealed the damage. Idol is Cube Entertainment's flagship group. Idol's record sales and non-face-to-face concerts led Cube Entertainment's sales last year. It is observed that it is the will of the members in the agency that they can no longer postpone team activities due to Soojin's controversy. Separately, Cube Entertainment has sued those who exposed Soojin's school. On February 22nd, the management company said the contents, such as school as claimed by the author, are not true at all, and we plan to take all possible measures and criminal charges against those who post reckless false information for malicious purposes in the future. Okay, so there is a lot to unpack about this article, so let's get right into it. So basically, just to summarize everything that was said here, the article states that Cube basically made a business decision back in March when things started heating up to kick Soojin out of the group due to the scandal. As this article states, Idol is Cube's biggest moneymaker. It even says in the article that Idol's record sales and non-face-to-face concerts led Cube Entertainment sales last year. That means that Idol was Cube's main source of income in 2020. So the fact that Soojin's controversy was keeping Idol from promoting or doing their usual activities as a group definitely caused Cube to take a hit financially. And this is due to the Korean public's perception of the controversy. Because of that, because Cube was waiting for things to die down, Idol's promotion activities were affected, which means less revenue for Cube. Cube. If you remember when Last Dance was dropped on April 29th, as the article states, it was only released on the Universe app and the girls did not promote it on music shows or anything. Soojin was in the music video, but the song was re-recorded without her vocals. So I think Cube ultimately made the decision to sacrifice Soojin for the sake of Idol's image and most importantly for their revenue. However, I think it is horrible that Soojin had to wait in silence for months, assuming that she probably knew that this was coming but couldn't speak out on it, and that Cube essentially kept the Neverland fandom in the dark, just waiting and hoping that Soojin would return soon. I also do think the timing of this and Lightsum's debut this June is no coincidence. If Idol doesn't do well after Soojin's controversy, I can see Cube throwing them away and turning their attention to Lightsum, which is their newest, shiniest girl group, right? We've seen this happen before. CLC is on the edge of disbanding. 4Minute disbanded only a year after CLC debuted, so Cube has a history of just throwing groups away and moving on to new ones, and I really do hope that this isn't also the future of Idol. I honestly think that if this situation was handled better by Cube, maybe Soojin could have still potentially been able to remain an Idol. I briefly mentioned Stray Kids Hyunjin's case in my last video, so I'll refer to it really quickly here just as an example, but I'll go into a bit more detail. Although JYPE has its flaws, as we all know, I really do think they handled Hyunjin's controversy pretty well. When the allegations were made, Hyunjin posted a handwritten apology on Stray Kids Instagram, which seems to be a trend for Stray Kids every time they do get into a controversy. He didn't make any excuses in his letter. He took full accountability and actually apologized for just about all of the allegations in general, even the things that did turn out to be false and he didn't do. Afterwards, JYPE put Hyunjin on hiatus and he met with the accusers to resolve everything with them, plus he did community service to kind of reflect on his actions. JYPE protected Hyunjin by making statements on his behalf, besides the initial handwritten apology, putting him on hiatus, organizing and facilitating meetings with the accusers to reach a resolution, and having Hyunjin engage in community service to presumably, like I mentioned before, reflect on his actions and just come back as a better person. I think Cube really set Soojin up for failure when they allowed her to make all of those posts on Cafe Daum and Ucube to defend herself. Like, I just think it would have been better if Cube would have just had Soojin apologize, even if all the allegations weren't true, and then attempt to resolve things with the individuals behind the scenes. Letting Soojin attempt to defend herself on social media for all to see literally put a target on her back and allowed netizens and public outrage to pretty much hang her up to dry. And then afterwards, Cube quickly saw that there was no coming back from that, especially after Soojin's back and forth with Sol Shanae, who wasn't just an anonymous faceless netizen who went to school with Soojin years ago, but another respected public figure and celebrity with a lot of power. Cube really should have just handled things with Sol Shanae directly, instead of letting Soojin address it on Ucube and actually kind of provoke Sol Shanae when clarifying the initial allegations she made or implied against Soojin. I honestly don't know what Cube was thinking. This whole situation might not have blown up like it did if they would have reached out to Sol Shanae as soon as she posted that first cryptic Instagram story. On top of that, with the whole Sol Shanae thing, things have recently gotten worse. Apparently a lot of Soojin's fans are flooding Sol Shanae's YouTube channel, and apparently they were flooding her Instagram page as well. She's recently turned the comments off with a bunch of hateful comments, basically just saying, "Are you happy now that you ruined Soojin's life?" So they're basically Sol Shanae. Whether you believe Sol Shanae's story or not, leaving hate comments and her online is not making the situation look any better. You're honestly just making the situation worse. So for anyone that's doing that, please stop. You're not helping. And I'm sure Soojin wouldn't approve of your actions. I also want to briefly discuss a few recent posts I've seen on Nate Pan, which is a Korean online community. I've seen a couple posts discussing Soojin leaving Idol, and many netizens seem to be applauding Cube for letting her go. On top of that, I've seen some posts bringing up Leah of ITZY and Hyunjin of Stray Kids, who I mentioned before, who have also been accused of and expressing that they should be kicked out of their respective groups too. Now, I've seen a lot of negative posts about idols on Nate Pan, so I wasn't too surprised, but at the same time, I know how is perceived in Korea. Although the English word is used when discussing cases like these, the Korean word most often used is hakyopugyok, which basically means school, and the closest word to is instead, which basically means to make someone an outcast or loner. So school in Korea really covers a wide range of actions, including physical and verbal blackmailing, cyber And this is a huge societal issue in Korea, but if you're interested in just getting some more context and learning more about in South Korea, I will leave a few informative links of articles, documents, and videos for you to check out in the pinned comment. This should give you some insight on why accusations, whether they are true or not, can potentially ruin a public figure's career and why it should be taken seriously from the get-go when it comes to K-pop agencies and their artists. Yes, a lot of these K-pop idols that are being accused of have done this in their childhood and now they're adults, so a lot of people are saying things like, you know, if this is something they did in their childhood, why is this still something that is following them? Why are they still being held accountable for it? Some cases of in South Korea are so extreme that they actually follow victims into their adulthood and still affect them dramatically. So in short, the news about Soojin's controversy and how Cube handled it is really upsetting, especially with the news from Sports Kyunghyang. The least Cube could do is release a statement to give fans some clarification on what exactly happened, whether Cube confirms if Soojin's departure was planned back in March or not. They should at least give fans some insight if she was terminated due to the controversy and forced out of Idol, or if this was a mutual decision between herself and Cube, which I really doubt at this point. I'll be waiting for Cube's statement, and for now I wish Soojin and Idol the best of luck. I wonder if Soojin will perhaps be able to come back from this and maybe debut with another company as a solo artist, since I think she's really talented. But I wonder if the Korean public will even accept her at this point, or if being a public figure is something that she still even wants to do. Soojin's case not only shows us how serious allegations are taking in South Korea, but it also points to the power of public perception and how it ultimately determines the future of an idol after a scandal. So that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think about this recent information from Kyunghyang Sports and what you think about Cube making the decision to let Soojin go back in March. If Cube had handled this scandal differently, do you think that Soojin would still be a member of Idol today? And since is such a horrible phenomena that can make someone's life a living hell, do you think idols should get a second chance after someone in middle school or high school, or should their past follow them into adulthood to possibly ruin their career years later? Let's have a discussion about this in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like if you liked this video, and join my Discord server to discuss this further with myself and my subscribers. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!